No.
This is all me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the X-Men Fancast Reboot Special.
Let's go.
I am the adamantium clown prince of podcast filled Travis Snell.
I am the Storm and Kyle Smith.
Okay, good. So the reason we're doing this cast is like we actually haven't talked about on news was there's these rumors and words coming out that Fox is thinking about just like maybe a soft reboot or just fully rebooting this. Now before we get into this, what we're going to be doing today, we've picked some X-Men characters. I'll do a list of them now or in a second, and we're doing a fan cast. Myself, I have lots of comic knowledge, I have lots of movie knowledge. Kyle does not, so he's very nervous.
I like TV. And I like films.
I like TV. I like turtles.
I'm really bad with actors and actresses' names.
Yes, he's very
as we
bad.
know from previous podcasts.
Oh yes.
I always need a little quick jump start, like, oh, she or he did this in this movie. Like, oh, okay. Like, even on my list, I have the name, but I also have in brackets like
what they're in,
so I know like, okay, I got this name. But it's, you know what, it's good for other fans who don't know names as well too.
I agree, 100%. And I want to do this because they announced this. Who knows? It might not fully happen, but X-Men's my favorite Marvel property, so I want to do this thing. Could be lots of fun. But we haven't talked about one. Do you think? Are you for this? Because Apocalypse came out, mixed reception. Some people liked it. Some people thought it was one of the worst movies ever. Logan is clearly Hugh Jackman's last time. They might kill him off. So it seems like a perfect time to reboot. Is this something? Take going back to Marvel out of it, because I don't think they are. If they're like, oh, we're thinking about doing this. So, do you like the idea of a reboot? Do you like the idea of trying to start over, maybe like getting rid of Fassbender, or would you like them maybe to fix that and continue? Like, what do you think? Even though we're doing a fantasy draft thing today, taking that out, your personal opinion, because we haven't talked about this on any newscast yet.
I feel like I would have liked it if they would have just kept with the same characters, because they already built so many new characters into it that they could have just kept running with that and just moved on from, okay, Wolverine's not in there anymore, but that's okay because look at all the other characters that we brought in that will still back this all up. Yeah. So I'm kind of disappointed that they're not still keeping that and that they're going to reboot, but I know it's not Marvel's decision at all. No. Yeah, like I feel like part of it's almost because like Apocalypse didn't hit, so they're kind of like, oh, what can we do? Oh, we'll just reboot it. And that kind of like the only thing that I'm for, because on the negatives, we're losing Fassbender, we're losing McAvoy, we're losing all these great people that did it, and we're losing like the other film continuity because like pretty much everyone loves First Class, everyone really loves Days of Future Past, so it's like. Two great movies, Apocalypse mixed, but it's like I don't stop there.
What?
It's like they almost don't stop just because that Apocalypse was a little mixed. Like you should just still try to keep maybe one more.
Well, yeah, and like you said, like they set up people like Quicksilver and everything. The only thing that I'm for reboot is it taking place in the current time because that was always my problem with the X-Men happening right now. It's like it's cool to be in the 70s and the 60s, but at the end of the day, like I wanted it in present day, and especially if they want to do anything with Deadpool, like other than time travel, like you have to think of a reason. But really, I'm kind of on the bandwagon view that I'm not opposed to a reboot. Yeah. I think, okay, if you want to start off fresh, then sure, but the only thing is if they start off fresh, we talked about this before with Fox, is that they need to have a Marvel sit down and make a game plan then. Like, we're going to do 3 X-Men, and then at some point we'll do this crossover, at some point I don't want, like, I love First Class and Days of Future Past, and I like Apocalypse more than most people, but you can tell they're just making movies, which can be good, but they don't, like, Logan is always just off on his own doing stuff, and then he jumps in, like, the continuity's all over the place. So that's all I want is them to sit down and, like, okay, we gotta do this, this, and this, and not just kind of like, oh, we'll do a Deadpool movie now. Okay, cool. Yeah. And I'm happy we got that. But it really makes no sense because they make that joke in the movie about, like, what timeline are we in, Yeah. So, that's the only thing I can think why I'm positive for it, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to think, like, then it'd be new and exciting, because you'll get, like, new fresh casts, and you'll get new trailers, and, like,
another comic book movie that we can watch and review. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So what we're going to do today, we're doing a fan cast. We're going to go who we thought could make good additions to Magneto, Professor X, the choice of Wolverine, or the female equivalent, X-23, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, Rogue, and Beast. I didn't throw Gambit in there because Channing Tatum's already cast as Gambit, so we're kind of saying like he would be Gambit. Yeah. So we're the rest of them. What one do you want to start with? Who do you want to start with? I'll let you go first as the inexperienced one.
I'm just gonna go first on my list here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Cyclops.
Okay. Oh, because I know this one, don't I?
Yeah.
You change. Okay, good. It's a good starting point. This is where...
This is probably like the height of the best character I probably picked.
Oh, really? Because this is where I was caught. We don't know each other's picks going in. Because I told him not to. This is the one where I heard, I'm like, oh man, Kyle's like... It's kind of like that rookie when you don't expect him to do too much.
Yeah.
Like, not saying much, like, oh, Kyle doesn't have much experience with these fan guys. I don't know when he's doing all this. I'm like, oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
So, who and why did you pick this person for Cyclops?
I picked Kit Harington.
Is there an L in there? Or is it just Harrington?
Harrington, sorry.
Harrington.
Harrington from... He's in Game
of Thrones. Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Mm-hmm.
I think he played a really excellent character in that... Because I just been recently watching Game of Thrones.
It's on the brain.
So it was on the brain. Cyclops to me is kind of one of those characters who's kind of the head of the gang.
He definitely
he's
supposed to be.
He's supposed to be, right? And
yeah, it's because Wolverine these past few years got so popular, but he is supposed to be like, I'd say the leader, head of the gang. You kind of make him sound like he's a
like a leader. He's a greaser.
Cyclops, head of the gang.
West Side Story.
Head of the X-Gang. They started singing.
Yeah, no, I think he did a really good job, and I think he could definitely pull off Cyclops. He kind of has that look. I can just imagine him with the...
That's what I did. Every time I thought actor, I'm like, I gotta imagine what would they look like with the visor on, and could they pull it off?
And I think he could.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're picking him more for like, because he has like a leader type of quality of an actor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like that pick, because some people have actually thrown him out for Wolverine, but I like the pick of Cyclops.
Yeah.
I know what we'll do. I haven't decided with this episode if it's going to end with us just talking. I might get the Geek First people to vote on this, but let us know in the comments on our list one who you would like to play and one which picks do you like better. Yeah. So I'm picking somebody, a young, handsome, strapping man. He's on the man crush. Why are you shaking your head?
I'm just gonna get wrecked in this podcast.
I don't think so, but like I thought the same thing. I need someone, a leader. I went same route. I picked someone that's not been in a comic book movie, and I picked someone that looks somewhat equivalent. He doesn't have ginger hair, but I picked Ryan Gosling as my Cyclops pick.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought I went. The only thing was I did win a little older, and we talked about before offcast about age. I think the only reason I'm not saying I like your pick better, but the reason you have a little advantage is the age on him. I think Cyclops should be a bit younger. Yeah. I think Gosling's near his 40s, so it's a bit older, but I was saying like, okay, if he's kind of the leader, let's say there's them, and like you got your Rogue and your Gambit, like the younger crew, so I picked him just because he's a great actor. Do I think he would do this? Not a chance in hell. That's why this is just like a fantasy draft. Like, he's not being Cyclops. He's almost like Academy Award actor. He's not putting the visor. But if I had to pick one person, he has the right amount of... He can, like... You look at him and Drive, and he's super serious, but then you look at him in Crazy Stupid Love. Very charismatic, very funny, and very kind-hearted, too. Like, that's the thing I love in Crazy Stupid Love. That
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, like, he's good in it, but he plays, like, kind of the rich kind of... Not even rich, but he plays a character that could be an asshole, but you really like that character, and you're kind of pulling for him. And that's... I don't think Cyclops should be an asshole, but I want you to be pulling for him, because the movies, I don't feel have done the greatest justice. I feel like they've had some good actors in there, but he's always kind of in the background. He's not really there. So that's who I picked for the leader of X-Clops.
Cyclops.
With the sly man. Yeah, no, I picked Ryan Gosling as Cyclops, great Canadian boy. Yeah. So that's who I picked. Who do you want to go next?
Rogue?
Rogue? Okay, this was honestly my hardest one.
Oh, okay.
I sat around trying to think, and this will be funny. I don't think we'll have any of the same one, but this
I don't think so either.
The only one we could potentially have. But so, who did you pick, and why did you pick her?
Okay, so what my understanding of X-Men is, Rogue, does she have a thing for Gambit?
Yes.
Okay, so I went off. This is how I picked. Because Gambit, as we know...
Are you thinking someone that's been romantically linked to Channing Tatum in movies before?
No, I just have a feeling.
Okay, you just feel like they'd have good chemistry.
Yeah,
okay.
It's Anna Kendrick.
Okay.
Because I could see them have good chemistry between each other, and...
That's actually a good pick. I'm surprised. It's a little out of left field.
I know. But...
She has to do a southern accent, too, but I think she could do it.
Oh, I think... Oh.
Wow.
I also
know why
have
I picked her now.
Crush on Anna Kendrick.
No, that's actually a good pick, because at first when you said it, I was like... I don't know, but it grows on you. Yeah. And that could be good, and she is like...
She's not like... I didn't pick her because she's not like an A star.
Wow.
Well, no, like she is A star. I'm not saying like she's a shitty
She's not
actor.
Angelina Jolie. Yeah, like
she's not like a top pay, like, I'm going to give you...
Yeah.
Like,
but is she still too big to be Rogue, though? Because she's, like, heading Pitch Perfect. She's in other movies. I know, also, there's the fantasy part of it. But, like, that's, I guess, is what it is.
I think she could do it.
Mm-hmm. I think the thing with her,
it might be a little too late for her, though.
Like, you're trying to... we can say men or two, although when you're like, oh, it might be too late, because I don't know why.
I'm only saying, like, not late for her age. I'm saying late for how popular she is.
Yeah, like, it might be too big of a get for them to be... Like, that would be Fox
but this is a lot of money. No, fantasy draft, whatever.
Yeah. But I think the thing about that is with her, she's, like, a little of a spitfire. Like, you've seen her play characters where she is kind of a little innocent, but she can be tough when she needs to. So, no, it's actually a good pick. Speaking of people that are tough, I picked Laura Cohen, who plays Maggie from The Walking Dead.
You know what?
Did you think about her?
I thought about her, but since she plays in BVS...
It doesn't matter. She's Martha. She dies in a second.
I definitely thought about her.
Yeah.
But I thought for her as Jean Grey.
Oh, okay. The reason I picked her is completely biased because... she has a southern accent in Walking Dead, so I right away started thinking of people with southern accents when I'm like, oh, I could have just thought of any actress they do an accent, but this one for me was the toughest because you got to find someone who is like a bit younger, kind of like I talked about Kendrick. Like, you want to like her, but she's really tough, and she's not overly tough like a Furiosa in Mad Max, where it's just like she's just tough. Like she has like a softer side, and that's what I've seen her do as Maggie. I don't think it's like typecasting. I think it would be a little different because I think Rogue could be a little more tougher, more comedic too. Yeah. She doesn't get to be comedic in The Walking Dead because like there's not much. If you've seen the newest season, there's not much for her to be laughing about. Spoilers. But I think she'd do a good job, and I think she's somebody that. Do I know she'd have good chemistry with Channing Tatum? I don't know, but she has good chemistry with everyone on the show, and she had good chemistry with Glenn. So she was just. I had the hardest time. I was looking at all these actresses, and this was legitimately the only one. I liked Anna Kendrick, but this was the only one for me where I was like, oh, I feel good enough picking that. I feel like this one, and this is not to give me points over you, I feel like this one is actually one that like could actually realistically happen because she's just starting to become like a bigger star now. Like you've seen her magazines and whatnot, so it's somebody where I think she's at perfect level for Rogue, where if you heard she was playing, you'd be like, oh yeah, from Walking Dead, like I know her. So I picked a couple, like a couple of my picks were ones that were realistic, and then there's Gosling picks where I'm like, I'm just gonna go with Gosling. But like same thing, like I feel like we're one for one because I feel like Kit Harington's a possibility, but Anna Kendrick's not. Where I feel like Gosling's not, but Cohen should be. So I think I think so far we're 2 for 2 for good ones so far.
Who do you want to go next?
Let's go Beast, because I want to talk about this person.
Okay. I'm gonna go first.
I'm going to go first.
You go first.
I had to pick somebody. I was looking at voices first. So this is a spoiler. No, what do I mean a spoiler? This is my own talking. My first choice was Liam Neeson, but I took it away. Okay. The only reason I picked him because he has a great voice. You know, I thought, put that on Beast. But I'm like, like maybe a bit too hard. And I would think, you would think right away that's Liam Neeson. You would just see that. Yeah. So I kind of took away the voice, and I kind of took personality and thoughts and like the way someone would act.
Yeah, I just want to know where you're going with this.
So I picked someone who is very, very underrated in this equation, but I think he's one of the best actors going around today. I picked Hugh Dancy, who plays Will in Hannibal. So you think about what you've seen of Beast so far in the animated series of the scientist with the glasses and everything.
Hilarious,
I thought about him and I'm like, did you pick Maz?
No.
No, okay, just because he looks unique. But anyways, I'll continue before you go. Yeah. But I thought you'd think of him when he's normal in Hannibal, not messed up. Like he's very smart when he teaches his classes. Yeah. And I really like the animated version of Beast when he's like Spider-Man's friend, like what you've seen, like, and he's like very caring and he has a little comedic edge. And Will had that in Hannibal. He'd always make like darker humor, but he had humor. So I thought, like, for me, it's a perfect choice. I don't know if they would CGI it or mocap it, but I think with that, and even if he was mocapping like Andy Serkis does, like he did enough crazy stuff in Hannibal that I think he'd be up for it. I think this is one of my like realistic choices. So I picked Hugh Dancy from Hannibal. I think he'd be a good fit. I think the scientist friendly, close, almost father figure like figure. Figure. Hashtag figures.
I think that's a pretty good choice. I picked Jordan Ghost of Levitt.
Okay.
I picked him just because, again, how I see Beast is from the animated version. I want something a little bit different from what we've seen before.
But he was in Batman, Kyle.
Fuck off.
He was in Robin.
Dude, new reboot. Flashpoint.
Laura Cohen,
Flashpoint.
who gets shot and is in BVS for 30 seconds, gets thrown at me. But no, the guy who plays Robin. No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, why did you pick him? I want to know why. Because this is also a unique pick. I like it, but it's out of left field, I'll say.
All these characters are out of left field for me. Let's be honest here. No, I picked Joseph Gordon-Levitt just because I really like him. And again, how you were saying about Will, or not Will, I forget.
Hugh Dancy.
Yeah.
He's Will.
I kind of look at, he's very comedic, but he's also serious in some of the roles that he's played. Let's say Looper, where he's dealing with that mom and her son.
The Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker, like he's
sounds like some stripper in a Cadillac Lounge. Introducing the Rainmaker.
No, I think it's just really great, and you can see his emotion that he's doing. What was that other film that he had with Scarlett Johansson?
Don John.
Love
Don John.
Again, like he plays those serious. He can play serious roles and still be comedic, and I think that would really relate to Beast in a way as well too.
I think the biggest thing you have over even like a little bit more than me, I think Joseph Gordon, the best thing about him is he's very likable. Yeah. I think Beast has to be like the most likable one on the team. Like you have to kind of fall in love with Beast. And I like that. I think we're both going, and you're kind of going with like CGI mocap as well, I imagine, because we both pick. Actually, it doesn't matter because Nicholas Hoult is super skinny in the X-Men movies, and he's Beast.
Yeah,
so it's like we pick skinny guys, but he's super skinny. They just bulk him up, so effects. So okay, let's go. Let's go.
Actually, I'm gonna go Jean Grey.
Okay, yeah, that's
Jean Grey. Sorry, just because you said Will from Hannibal, I said Dr. Lana Bloom.
Do you have her name actually there?
Caroline de Havenetz.
Good, because I had no idea. But that is a great pick.
Just because again, kind of more of that serious. Well, she does play the serious role.
She's pretty serious in the show, yeah.
Yes, serious.
This is the only thing I've seen her in. So
yeah,
so it's
again, not high. Like you can have all these like not low level actors, but not like high caliber.
Yeah, like I'm
trying to think realistic here. You know.
I think it is realistic. You look at the people that are playing that were just casting. Look at the new Jean Grey. She was her name's over eternal. She was from Game of Thrones, and she played. One of the princesses. Sorry, I forget all their fucking names. But Sansa. She plays Sansa. So it's like, I think she would be reasonable enough, and she's really good. The only negative I can say is all I can see is the only sample size I have is from that show. Yeah. So I don't know what else she's done, but that show she's great. Yeah. And she does like a lot of different levels and whatnot.
Yeah. And the only reason why I kind of I'm on the fence still about it, but I still like my pick, but I'm still on the fence, is just because my age group.
Yeah, with Cyclops and her,
Cyclops, like a huge, like 10 years. Hey, you know what? Like,
yeah, whatever. It's all cool.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But yeah.
No, I like that pick. While we were talking about Hannibal, the other person, I don't know why I didn't think of her, but the person I still like my Laura Cohen pick, but another person for Rogue I think was the girl who played Abigail.
Yeah. Oh.
But I still haven't thought about her. So. Funny you did Hannibal. So this one was really tough. I have two right now because I've still not decided up into this moment.
Okay.
I've gone back and forth. I'm gonna pick. The first one I had was Jessica Chastain. I don't know if you know her. She was in Zero Dark 30. Oh, okay. She was in Interstellar. She's Murph.
Yeah, I know who she is.
She's a grown-up Murph.
Yeah.
She was really close. I'm not the biggest fan of her. Not that she's a great actress, but she's never blown me away. Yeah. So she's kind of my pick 1A. The only reason is because this actress has been rumored to get a role in Deadpool. So if she gets cast and by the time this comes out, then you'll use Jessica Chastain. I think she's a great actress. Yeah. She would, because Jean Grey has to be a little bit more serious. Yeah. And I think your pick does that and my pick with Chastain. But the person I picked was my new obsession, who I think is going to be an outstanding actress. She's going to win all these awards. Is Mackenzie Davis. Now, you're going to not know that name, but you will when I tell you she's from San Jupiter, the episode of Black Mirror, when the two girls fall in love in the machine.
Oh.
Spoilers for if you haven't seen Black Mirror. Yeah. But she is the redhead. Yeah. So I just thought about, I think she's a little bit younger than Gosling, another Canadian, but I think the Jean Grey thing Jean Grey needs to have sort of an innocence about her. Yeah. And that's what I found in there, but she needs to have kind of that loving, the way I always seen Jean Grey, and I use the animated series too, because I think it's just one of the best. She's kind of the mother of the group, even though she's super sexy and she's not overly funny. She's just kind. That's why she's nice, she's kind, she's friendly, she's sweet. And that's what I see in Mackenzie Davis in that episode. Yeah. That Black Mirror episode, if you haven't seen it, go watch, because that's my absolute...
It's amazing.
It's so good. Like, I was near crying. One of my favorite, like, love stories, actually. It's hard to do because love's so cheesy in movies and TV show. But so yeah, I picked her. I thought she'd be a good Jean Grey. She also has... I got the hair points because she has some ginger hair already, so... As yours is going to have to dye hair. Mine's all set, but I think they're both...
I'll give you the girl from Black Mirror, because...
She's good.
Because for that would work well in my own fantasy draft.
Yeah.
Of the age.
Because the age, we'll have to just take both.
And then having just younger people in it.
And then we'll put the one that Alana's in with Hugh Dancy, so the Hannibal reunion. But, I'm a big fan of her. But the reason is because she's rumored... They're casting this role in Deadpool named Domino. Yeah. And she's like this female assassin who has like relationships with Cable and Deadpool, and she's rumored to be one of them. So if she gets cast, Jessica Chastain, I'll be legit really happy for reboots and we get at least one right. If one of us gets one right, I feel like we've done our job, and I'm gonna brag about it on the cast. We got the lovers out of the way. Let's do, because we got the three big honchos up next, I think. Well, let's do Storm. Okay. Because she is like one of the biggest leaders of the X-Men. Yeah. I'm going to start because I think I have a very controversial pick. I think many people in the comments are going to think that it's a bad pick.
He's going with the white girl.
No. I'm going with white male. No. Mads Mikkelsen. White hair. No, I think this is a pick that people will go, when they hear, when they think about it, but I'll give my reasons. Yeah. The reason I picked her, and she's in the display picture for this podcast as a little bit of a spoiler, I saw her dressed like this for Halloween, and I was like, man, that's crazy good. I picked Beyonce Knowles.
No way!
Storm. Because, like, have you ever seen the picture for her Halloween? No. It's great. She dressed up as Storm, like the anime one. She looks like it. She did eye caps and everything. Yeah. But the thing is, yes, you go, oh, Beyonce, singer, but like Queen Bee. But, like, she is a great actress. She is... at least a good actress. She's been... she was in Austin Powers, and she was in, like, Pink Panther. But she was also in Dreamgirls, and she's also in, like, not the greatest movie, but Obsession. She's, like, a great actress. Now, the tough part is the maybe the accent. She has to do an African accent, but I think she can pull it off. She's Beyonce. She can do whatever she wants.
Queen Bee.
And with Storm, I wanted to go with someone a bit older, because I like Storm being a bit old. Not saying Beyonce's older, but... Yeah. But you're I imagine you got a younger one. But I was going for more of the, like, strong... Barry has a huge presence that you can feel, and that's one thing I saw Beyonce in concert. That's one thing she does have is a presence, and I think she's a great actress. So that was my pick. I think many people will hate that pick, but I think I'm not opposed to it. I think it's good. I think it's an
interesting pick.
Yeah, you'll have to wait after this cast. You'll see I'll show you the photo of her, and you're like, wow. Yeah. So
I can only imagine.
And that's one name that you thrown at that's gonna get my mom in the theater, my sister, like, oh, that's Beyonce's playing Storm. What? Do I think this would happen? Not in a million years. Not a chance. Not at all. Fans would be pissed too when it happened, but I'd be down for it. So who did you pick?
I picked Meghan Markle.
Who the fuck is that?
She's the girl Rachel in Suits. She's
never seen Suits, so you can rant about her because I've never seen her. Is she at least black? Yeah. Okay, because I have no preference. She could be like an alien. I never proved it.
She's again like kind of a young character, which would fit well in this whole fantasy. Well,
except for everyone's really young except for your Jean Grey.
I know. That's why like Jean Grey really fucked things up. But no, again, like she's still a strong female character in the entire TV show. And
what's her name? I'm gonna search her up while you're telling the fans.
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle.
Just go Rachel from Suits, and they'll be like the first.
That doesn't work on IMDb.
She's dating. What's it? Prince Harry, one of the princes from England.
Really?
No, I'm not even joking.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I got the wrong Meghan Markle, who's been in one thing. Okay, I'll just go to Suits. Is she like a main character in Suits all the time? Okay.
No, again, she plays such a strong female character, even though she's doing a lot of supporting. She's a great supporting actress, but she still is a huge part of the whole TV series. So
I can see it.
I feel like she could do a really well. Do a good bang up job on Storm. So
a good bang up job on Storm. So let's get this out of the... I'm going to go first on Wolverine this time. I know I'm taking it first. I did a twofer, and this is the thing.
Well, you said Wolverine or X-Men.
Yes. Now, this is what I'm going to explain. If I was going Wolverine, I would have went the classic. Everyone loves it. You can see I also use the display picture. Boss Logic made great art, so I used that. I use Tom Hardy because I feel like you think about what he's done as Bane, you think about Mad Max, you think about all his roles, you think about Inception, all these great roles, very versatile actor. I do think he's a great choice. Yeah, he is a little bit older, but I think he's a great choice. People say it's kind of cliche to pick him because everyone wants him, but it's like, I think it's cliche for a good reason because he's suited well for it. But I would not go with that. If for Wolverine, that would be my pick. I went with X-23 just because of what we've talked about before of Hugh Jackman is tough to follow, big shoes to fill, and I think what better way to change that? I don't think you could have Wolverine in the movie and say, like, he dropped off X-23 to Charles and said, like, oh, trainer. And you could bring him in later, maybe. But I think right off the bat, it's good to go with a change. I went with a girl named Rooney Mara. I'm a big fan of her. She was in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Okay.
She's Kate Mara's sister. I'm trying to list things that you've seen her from. She was in the newest Pan movie. She was in Social Network. You recognize?
I've seen her from
Tattoo. So. She's one of my favorite working actors right now. She's outstanding. She knocks it out of the park any role she does. I think this girl or this woman has many, many like nominations and awards in her future. She's a great actress, and I know you don't know too much about X-23, but I think she would do because X-23 is a lot different where she does have rage like Wolverine, but she's a bit more centered as she gets older. She's a bit more not as beef-headed or not as stubborn as Wolverine. And the thing that I would like to do to kind of flip it, if they make Wolverine a little older in my world fantasy movie, is you know how there's kind of that like Wolverine's in love with Jean while Jean's with Cyclops? I'd kind of flip it and have that X-23 was maybe having a thing for Cyclops while he was with Jean, so kind of do like a flip. Okay. That's kind of what I have in my mind. So yeah, I'm going with X-23. You could easily go Wolverine. Wolverine's my favorite Marvel character, but I think you maybe need a break after Hugh Jackman, but I'm interested to see what you've picked for.
So I didn't pick a Wolverine because
no, that's fair. I said either or. I just wanted to throw my pick because I think Tom Hardy is perfect.
100.
Yeah, exactly.
I picked X-23 just because again, just we're doing a new reboot.
Change.
I want a little bit of a change, something that's a little different from what we have, and it's kind of hard to follow up Hugh Jackman. Yeah,
exactly. That's a tough task because it's like, as we've seen with, I'm sorry, but like Leto, even whether you like him or not, everybody right away compared him. Where I feel like with Jackman, right away, you know, or with Nicholson and Ledger, there wasn't comparison because it was so long between movies. Where this, Jackman's retiring this year or next year, and you know, X-Men movie will come out next like 2 to 3 years. So.
So I picked Maisie Williams. She is Ira Stark from. She's the
okay, so you went young.
I went really young.
Yeah, which works.
Which would kind of work in this new X-Men.
Another Game of Thrones.
And how you were saying before is just that she's kind of just dropped off, and then that they actually have to train her up, and so she's kind of going to be more of the star, I guess.
So you would make her like the main star.
Yeah.
So people are going to be pissed again that Wolverine was a star once, and then now you push Wolverine aside in the next 23.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle gives no fucks. He just wants somebody with
like, right, they all have to help train her, or like they have some sort of...
So she's like the new recruit in a way. Yeah. And see, our storyline's Mitch, because that's why I'd say, Wolverine drops her off, he's on his own solo venture. Yeah. And then 10 years from now, when it's like X-Men 4, you can be like, we're bringing in Wolverine for the first time. And then you can bring in somebody. You can bring Hugh Jackman back now. That'd be great. No, I like that pick. I like you went for like younger. Yeah, I went for like more like adultish, but she does... When we were introduced to her in the animated series and the comics, that are like she's primarily a kid. Yeah. And she's a kid in Logan, as you've seen. She's a young girl, so
I thought that would work well.
That's a good pick. Let's see. What do you want to do, Professor? Let's leave Magneto last, because I think. Well, which one do you feel stronger about? Because Kyle, these were the two picks that he felt the most worried about. So which pick you feel stronger, and we'll end on that one. So whichever one you feel weaker, we'll go, and you can start.
I'm going to go say Professor X.
So you feel a little weaker on it. Okay, so who did you pick? Because this is tough. Because did you end up picking some... Kyle had younger people in mind?
These are a little bit older.
Oh.
But not like older than the people, like my fantasy draft.
Okay.
Let's say. So I picked Andrew Lincoln. See? That's... and I'm just trying to...
I'm trying to picture him without the beard and the shaved head. You know what? I can kind of see it. He is British in real life, so he has that going for him. I guess I could see it as long as... I think it is for me. It's just the age thing because he's just a little bit younger. But if you make him a little... I'm trying to think of an older Andy Lincoln, and I could see it. Why did you pick him? Let me know.
Again, kind of one of those... characters that kind of needs to bring the whole team in, and that's what his previous roles he's done before. So and kind of the spirit of why everyone wants to be part of the mutant. Why am I blanking?
The X-Men.
The X-Men. the mutant gang. The X-Men. This is the X-Men podcast.
The mutant gang.
West Side Story.
Yeah.
No, so that's kind of why I picked him. That's why I'm so weak about him.
Yeah.
But
it's a tough one because I think the reason for me those two were so well, they were both tough for me was we got the originals with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen who are perfect at them.
Yeah.
And then you're like, man, you'll never find two people as good as that again. And then you get McAvoy and Fassbender who are perfect as well. So you're like, man, a third time, like they got to strike lightning 3 places in the same point, and it was tough. I'll pick mine now. I had lots of. What do you have? Oh, I have lots of people, but I ended up picking Ralph Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes, I don't know how to say his name. Yeah. He played Voldemort in Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
He's the new M in James Bond, so he's the older guy who gives their lessons and whatnot. Yeah. He was in the English page. I mean, he's a guy that the second you saw him, he's in like a bunch of stuff. He was in Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff. He's a phenomenal actor, very talented. I picked him because he has a fatherly figure. Yeah. He's British, so that always helps. Professor X is British, so he just has the demeanor, and because Professor X needs to be very contained and come off very smart, but you don't want him to come off condescending or kind of overly smart in a way. Like he is like a father figure. He's very much like Beast, but you also want to have a level of mysteriousness about him because he doesn't always reveal stuff as a classic leader. So, so I picked Ralph Fiennes. I'm a big Ralph Fiennes fan. I almost picked him for Magneto, but the reason I didn't is because he played Voldemort, and I was like, he's already played like a big villain. Yeah. I like him for that, so I picked him. That one was a tough one. I had people like Colin Firth, I had Gary Oldman, I had Stanley Tucci, but so I had Ralph Fiennes as Professor X. So now we have Magneto. Who do you have?
Gabriel Matt. So he plays again in Suits.
Oh, Suits again.
Yeah.
The good thing I saw Suits IMDb.
He plays as Harvey Specter.
And why did you pick him?
I picked him because I'm kind of going with more of the younger Magneto and Professor X.
He is really young, Kyle. He's quite young. He was born. He's like. He's 40. He's 40.
That's a little too young. Because then my other backup, not really other. This is. We should have started off with these two because my other pick was so much better. Then the other one I had is Jeff Bridges.
Okay, and why would you pick Jeff Bridges?
Again, Jeff Bridges is kind of mysterious in a way, but he's still. To be honest, I kind of picked. He has a really good jawline.
And that's why you picked him.
And like you think with him in the mask and
the helmet,
and I think it looked really good. And he's usually just a great character. He's a great actor as well too. So
he has played a Marvel villain before. What? First Iron Man, remember? Oh. It's fine, but it's a fantasy draft, so it's fantasy out there.
See, these two are as unsure the most. So that's where I'm going.
That's fair enough. So
who do you have? Moving on.
I keep going back. That's okay. I think your other picks were good. I think the Andrew Lincoln pick is good if he's a little older. And Jeff Bridges, that was tough for me to imagine, honestly, just because of his frame. But this one was super tough. I still don't know 100%. It's going to be a little bit tougher for you because I don't think you know him. I almost went with Gary Oldman, who's played Commissioner Gore and whatnot, but I didn't go with him. You know, he's been in a lot of stuff. So I went with an actor by the name of Ben Mendelsohn. Now, it's once again spoiled in the display pick. I used it. He is the guy who's playing Orson Krennic in Star Wars Rogue One. The villain. He's wearing all the white and everything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he is also in The Dark Knight Rises. He plays John Daggett. He's that guy. Do you remember? He's the guy at the beginning who's working with Miranda Tate a bit, and then Bane ends up like choking him and and he's like. In that role, he's kind of slimy, so I don't like him. But from other performances I saw, like he's also in a Netflix show called Bloodline. I'm not sure if you've watched that, but like the thing about Magneto, and I think you actually have this with Jeff Bridges, he has to be charismatic. He has to be somebody that you want to follow. Yeah. But then he has to also be someone that can turn on dime, be scary, and be very powerful. And this might actually have come out after Rogue One, and you'll get to see a better hand of it in Rogue One. The second you see it, I think you'll be like, oh, Travis got this one.
Yeah.
I think he would be perfect. He's a very powerful actor, and I think he could complement the rest of the cast well, because I think he could be a scene stealer, but he kind of blends in. So that was my pick. I liked him. I haven't seen it. We've doing this before Rogue One. I haven't seen it, so I imagine he's gonna kill it. But I took for our profile picture for this this podcast, I took it and I changed the colors as Magneto, see what it looked like. Yeah. And he had the look, and I thought about, if you think about his face with the helmet. So this one was tough, because once again,
you don't think he's too scrawny?
That was my only thing, but Ian McKellen was not a big bulk guy, right? In the original X-Men, like, he was old and he was in his 60s. So that's the only way I think about it. I think we're just used to having jacked Fassbender, six-pack, like, everything like that. So I think if he's supposed to be a little older, his powers are not physical, they're more mental. So I think he could be made a little scrawny, like bulk him up, where I think your guy might be a little too big and you need to, like, bulk up. So, yeah, so... That was you look.
I just like my picks for Magneto and Professor X was so hard because there were such good characters beforehand. So who do you pick?
Yeah.
Or what actors do you pick other than them?
Well,
and
that's
like all my pictures. Those two, and it's like, okay, well, how does this relate to the new X-Men if they do a reboot? Like, what age should they be? Should they be older, or should they be just, like, as an older, I mean, like, as an old age.
Yeah.
Or should they be, like, they're mid, like, 50s or 40, like, and just the whole other team is just really young, right? So, that's kind of the only reason why I kind of picked people who are kind of young.
More younger,
Yeah. So then you can have, your mid-age characters that could still bring up.
Because you were picking, like, some youngins for the X-Men team.
Yeah.
Except for Jean Grey.
Except for Jean Grey.
She's the wild card. Yeah. She's the cougar. But yeah, those two, like I said, Rogue was the toughest, but that one was really tough. Not because I couldn't picture my guys in there, just because we've seen it done so well so many times. So it was really hard to look at it and be like, oh yeah, they could do a good job. Because you really, for me, I look at them and I'm just kind of like, could we bring back one of those two pair? Like, could we bring back Stewart and McKellen, or like McAvoy and Fassbender, and just put them in old age makeup or something like that? But yeah, those were definitely tough. Is there anything else you want to shout out on the X-Men front or anything like that?
On the X-Men front, you should go watch the 90s TV show.
Yes.
I watched almost the whole first season.
You almost were going to try and cast Morph. Yeah, you're like, we're talking about casting, you're like, Morph? I'm like, he's not that popular in X-Men. Maybe for the fan cast round 2, but...
I totally forgot about Morph. But yeah, I don't have it.
No, I'm joking. I know. You were just like, oh, we cast Morph? Like, no.
No, go watch the TV show. It's really cool. It's really well done. Kind of gives you a different insight of X-Men, what we've known as just the live TV, the live film. Yeah. Than the animated series, so.
Yeah, that's great, yeah.
It was a great watch.
Also watch Spider-Man animated series, so you can check out the Spider-Man retrospective.
Yeah.
Got tons of episodes of that, and you can find all our podcasts, geekerspodcast.com. You can find our social media, Twitter and Facebook. You can find all our podcast services, or iTunes, SoundCloud, everywhere you can think, but the phone book, we're there. Please subscribe, rate, and review us. Go to YouTube, get to see our beautiful faces on video.
You know it.
And yeah, that was the X-Men Fantasy Fancast. Let us know what you liked of ours. Let us know who you would cast. Yeah, I think the next time we might do this, honestly, I'm going to get Dylan on this. I think we might do one for Spider-Man. Oh. I think we'll wait. We'll see Spider-Man Homecoming. We'll see what characters
I thought they already casted quite a bit of characters for.
Well, that's how we'll see the ones we didn't, because we don't know who's playing Jane Jonah Jameson, right? So maybe he's not in it. There's other villains we cast. We cast who's going to be the new Venom. So because right now I think it's just Vulture and Shocker. So
I thought they cast Donald Glover in it as well too.
But we don't. The rumor is he's just playing a teacher.
Lame.
Oh, he's a little old. So but that's. I think that's the next one we're gonna do. Yeah. So look at that. That's probably way summer, but I think that would be fun. Sitting down and looking at who could play Doc Ock now.
Yeah, that's true.
Mads. I think I'm paying up for Doc Ock early on.
Hashtag save Hannibal.
Yeah. Hashtag save Hannibal. Thank you for tuning in. Promise you next time whenever you hear from us, it will not be boring.